Hello YouTube, this is Admar1079 bringing you a video for a change instead of a live stream. And for today's video we'll be looking at World of Warships Legend, the Indianapolis B, which I just got actually yesterday out of a crate. If you do that little thing where you scan the little code from your TV and it'll take you to get rewards, I actually got a Black Friday crate, and this is what I got out of it. So let's take a gander at the Indianapolis. And I can say this, out of a couple of ships that I've done that have some actual history to it, this one has plenty of history to it after its secret mission and during its secret mission. For all of you that do not know, Indianapolis was the warship that had the secret task of delivering, I should say, the atomic bombs to whatever base that it needed to go to, so they then can drop it on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I don't know if it delivered both atom bombs. I do know it delivered a atom bomb as far as my knowledge goes. This is a little gray area, but it is a neat little ship with so much history and such a powerful warhead on the ship. Because if that thing went off, this ship would have never been found. No surviving crew members, and the little story afterwards would have never been to be, which that story is when this was sunk by a Japanese torpedo, by a Japanese submarine, it went down. Can't remember exactly how many survivors were of her, but they had enough to where I think it took them 3 days until the remaining survivors were rescued. And since they were in the Pacific, I guess near, I think it was tropical enough waters where they had tiger sharks attack them. One by one, the survivors got picked off by them until another ship came by and rescued them. Which is, if any of you have watched the movie Jaws, that's actually a story told in there, which I will put a link down in the description just from a random person that has that clip on YouTube. And you can listen to it, which anytime I played this, I brought this movie to my class in middle school. My teacher always said, pay attention to this story, because it is historical. And let's just take a look at a little bit of those displays here. You can read all about her and everything, see when she entered service, see how many of there were made, and everything else. And as you can see, she has not been upgraded. You can see the captain, and just because it is a ship after the second year, I am doing it, running that flag. And let's just see what she looks like without the camouflage. She still has her 35 on the side. And on the back, can't see. Nope. Not like a battleship that has her name on this side, but she doesn't look right for that if I had her Pacific colors. Then I'd gladly, but this one's fully upgraded. And like always with my videos, they shall see first in AI how I do, and then we will go see how she does in player versus player. Which actually more videos are to soon somewhat come. The Oklahoma research is almost done. It's 5 out of 10, and for the British battleship, still got a little ways to go, but it shall be done too. I shall shoot the first salvo of high explosives and see how that does, and then we shall go from there. Let's see, they have no premium ships on their side. We have the Indianapolis and we have the Dunkirk.
General quarters.
Let's see. Really think of it, after pretty much, I think the Indianapolis, after she sunk, had the most, one of the most gruesome stories of having to try and get her survivors. Well, one of them anyway. In terms of survivors. She had her crew, her surviving crew pretty much picked off one by sharks and eaten. Where, like, I know a lot of other ones, like the battlecruiser Hood, magazine explosion, only 3 people survived. The Bismarck sinking, there's only a little over 200 survivors on that one. A couple others, a Japanese aircraft carrier in the Battle of Midway. I think a commanding officer of the ship decided to stay on while she sunk. Which I guess the old traditional way captains go down with the ship. Yeah, but I think out of all the stories, I do somewhat know what the fates were of the crew members. At least all crew members of the Hood, what remained of them anyways, saw the next day, even though they were picked up, since they were picked up by their own carrier, their own ally. Same goes for people of ooh, sorry about that, I yawned. That the people of the Bismarck, they were picked up. Now that I think of it, Indianapolis and Tirpitz, since, and also the victims at Pearl Harbor, those ones were probably the worst since. Indianapolis, like I said, or keep saying, sharks went picked them off, and both the people at Pearl Harbor and the people at Tirpitz both saw the same fate of the ship capsizing and then people trying to get them out. Maybe thick battleship hull. Even though we had, I guess you could almost say, relatively thinner, it was still a pain in the ass to get through the armored layers of standard type battleships. The same goes for that of the people trying to help the sailors in Tirpitz. I don't think I said that in the Tirpitz video that I did a while back.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
2 ships dead already. And this, now that I think of it, list the comments down below for the people that knew somewhat of World War II stories and all that, and all the ship sinkings and all that. I don't know every single one. I know a little fair amount of more the historically significant ones, but tell me, which ones do you think might have been the worst ship or had the most greatest impact on the war? I think was the Indianapolis, since it did its job. It delivered the atom bombs to help end the war. This one, besides that of aircraft carrier Enterprise, is probably one of the most historically significant ships, since this one had the secret mission. No one knew where the hell this ship was going. No other ship in the fleet knew where this ship was. In Enterprise, since she was the last active carrier for quite some time since her 2 sister ships were destroyed and sunk. Not that bad on this one. Now off to standard, and let's see how this one goes. Which actually, now that I've ever think of it, if maybe anyone like to see, I actually have another World War II game where you do fight in the Air Force in the Pacific Theater. I'd completed the campaign for the Americans, and I was halfway through the Japanese, and then I just lost interest, or I was playing something else and I completely forgot about it. But quite fun, but it was a nuisance at the beginning to figure out how to fly. I think the controls were inverted. But other than that, it was a fun little game. Had the same missions, try and for the Japanese sink, I think it was Hornet. Americans try and save Hornet. Attack Pearl Harbor, defend Pearl Harbor. That sort of thing.
Let's give them a hard time.
General quarters.
Oh, another Black Friday ship. The Sean Horse. There's Georgia. Let's see, any other ones?
Set a course for the base.
Nope. Let's see. Massachusetts, Tirpitz. Those are dangerous ships to stay away from. Especially since primarily all American cruisers have pretty much lost their torpedo ability. Pretty decent little tiny smidgen of damage. Did not see that. Come on, I don't want the standard battle for me to end like this. Let me at least make this one hurt, this ship. Not give them broadsides anymore. Have always the mentality of, yes, they're cruisers, but I always try and fight them fight them as like battleships, even though I know they're not. And I'm pretty much committed at this point. And since she is a new ship to me, I'm not fully aware in how to use her properly. Come on, let me at least get this kill off her. Never mind. Well, at least I went down by Tirpitz. I don't even know I should.
The position of a strategic target.
That's still not good that I died. Then, as always, I will see how she goes down, like all new ships that I have not seen once before. Do anything when it comes to sinking. We can see more of her black hull with paint. And down she goes. The great Indianapolis. She won't be doing her mission this time around.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Yes, and I know for most of you, I don't place that much smart on these ships, even though I should.
Target position.
But what are you gonna do? There's the Iowa. This is not a fully upgraded Iowa, just by looking at her hull.
Nice work.
Georgia, which I wonder how long it'll take them to bring this one to getting her. The Atlanta B. I didn't notice her. Let's see if we can find her. There's Deshaun Horse B. There's that one. South Dakota, there's the Iowa. She sunk. No, I'm the only one that's sunk. Oh wait, never mind, the enemy had her. About a little bit of quietness, but it seems like we'll most likely win this little battle. Since this one will seem like it'll... never mind, it won't take as long.
Taking the lead.
We'll go with our fellow Black Friday ship itself.
Attention, reporting the target position. Attention, reporting the target position. All stations fire on the designated strategic target.
Sorry about the quietness again, people watching this video. Don't want you to hear my dog bark. But let's see what else. Let me grab my book real quick, and we'll see where this thing actually sunk and maybe get a little bit more information. But I say this though, since she wasn't a capital ship, I doubt we'll find her page in here. Nope, not in here. But it's all neat, these little black versions of them, the Black Friday ships. But I wish, if you gotten one of these ships, you could also get their alternate color scheme if you wanted to and everything. Trying to look. Oh, the Indianapolis. It was at the Battle of Okinawa. It was a bloody fight. So this must have been a really a few months afterwards or something like that, because I do not remember don't see anywhere else after that, beyond that point. And actually, she was the 5th Fleet's flagship.
Concentrate fire on the designated
She had an
target.
admiral on board. She also Iwo Jima she fought at. Again, the flagship of the 5th Fleet. Ship actually was in 2 major engagements. I'm surprised then technically she's not on the back of this book saying that she is that of a capital ship, because she had an admiral on board. Which, pretty good for a cruiser. I would think still at that point in time, most admirals would still want to either be now still on a battleship or an aircraft carrier, not that of a cruiser. So that's pretty good for her, that she had that much attention. And I actually wonder why then they picked her, even though that was an admiral's ship. Might have to look into that, or maybe you could, and tell me down below in the comment section. But neat to know that not only did she had a secret mission in carrying the atomic bombs to be dropped on Japan, she also fought in 2 major Japanese engagements, and that she was the flagship for those 2 major engagements of Iwo Jima. And I just said it and I lost it. Iwo Jima in Okinawa. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. I just said it. I hate when you can't think of something for 2 seconds. It seems like we're good.
That was a great battle.
But it seems like we're going to win this one, and sorry if it's long and not really much combat in our own ship, but at least you get to still see a Black Friday ship. Who knows if this little thing comes around again, like if I do the little research thing for to get all the crates, maybe I'll get the Sean horse out of it. That would be neat. Or the Atlanta. Cruiser Atlanta. I almost ever wanted to say Atlantic, but I know that's not it. They're named after cities, the cruisers. Not bad. Cheaper than a battleship at that point, but we did good for her. And that's pretty much it. I think we did good. We won both of them, so pretty good. I do say so myself, even though I didn't survive for all of that second battle. But that's pretty much it for this. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell to notify you anytime that I post a video or go live. And please leave a comment down below and tell me, are you excited to see the British battleship I'm researching, or the American battleship Oklahoma, to see them go at it? Let me know. And as always, I hope you'll have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.